Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got a case that's straight out of a true crime thriller and will make you question the very nature of friendship. This is the shocking story of Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd, best friends whose relationship spiraled into a deadly nightmare. Imagine living with your best friend for over 2 decades, sharing everything, and then discovering that they had been plotting your murder. That's exactly what happened to Rachel. In this episode, we'll dive into how a seemingly unbreakable bond turned into a tale of manipulation, betrayal, and attempted murder. On June 20th, 2018, Rachel's life was shattered when she discovered Janie's dark intentions. What began as minor financial disputes escalated into a sinister plot involving poisoning and fake identities. Rachel, once trusting her friend with her life and her son's custody, found herself in a deadly game she never saw coming. Stay tuned as we unravel this chilling story filled with twists and turns that will leave you on the edge of your seat. You won't believe the lengths Janie went to in her attempt to take over Rachel's life. So grab your popcorn, hit that like button, and let's dive into the twisted tale of Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd. Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd seemed like an unlikely pair of best friends, but their bond was strong and lasted for over 2 decades. Rachel, who met Janie in 1995 when she was 22 and Janie was 26, had just gone through a difficult divorce and was living with her parents. Meanwhile, Janie was living alone in an apartment that had recently been broken into, which made her fearful and eager for companionship. Their friendship quickly blossomed, with Rachel finding comfort and safety in Janie's company. They decided to move in together, and for many years, their relationship seemed idyllic. Rachel described feeling very safe living with Janie, who became a supportive presence in her life. However, as time passed, subtle cracks began to appear in their relationship. By 2010, Rachel's life took a challenging turn. She herniated a disc in her back, rendering her unable to work, and shortly after, she discovered she was pregnant. This was a pivotal moment in their friendship, as Rachel now relied heavily on Janie for support. Janie became more controlling, taking over Rachel's finances and personal affairs, and even acting as a parental figure to Rachel's son, Ryder, when he was born. The dynamics between them shifted dramatically. Janie's behavior grew increasingly possessive and manipulative. Rachel, who once saw Janie as a pillar of support, started to feel trapped. Friends noticed Janie's overbearing nature and the unhealthy dependency she fostered. Despite the growing tensions, the two continued to live together, and Janie was even listed as the beneficiary on Rachel's life insurance policy and the legal guardian of Ryder in Rachel's will. Their relationship, which had once seemed mutually beneficial, had become toxic and fraught with control issues. Rachel's attempts to reclaim her independence were met with resistance from Janie, whose manipulative tactics escalated over time. This unhealthy dependency set the stage for the tragic events that would later unfold, turning a once supportive friendship into a deadly nightmare. Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd's friendship, once solid and supportive, began to deteriorate significantly over financial issues. These disputes played a crucial role in the unraveling of their relationship and ultimately set the stage for the tragic events that followed. The first major financial strain occurred in 2010 when Rachel herniated a disc and was no longer able to work. This injury left her dependent on Janie, who took over managing Rachel's finances. Initially, this seemed like a practical solution, but it soon became a source of tension. Janie's control over Rachel's money grew more restrictive and manipulative. Rachel felt increasingly powerless as Janie dictated how her money was spent and saved. As Rachel's health deteriorated further, her financial dependency deepened. In 2010, Rachel also discovered she was pregnant, adding another layer of complexity to their financial arrangements. Janie, who was listed as a beneficiary on Rachel's life insurance policy and the legal guardian of Rachel's son, Ryder, in her will, started displaying increasingly possessive behavior. This arrangement gave Janie significant control over Rachel's financial and personal affairs. One of the most notable disputes arose around the life insurance policy. Rachel had taken out a policy on both herself and Janie, with each being the other's beneficiary. This arrangement, intended to provide mutual security, became a point of contention as Janie's behavior grew more controlling. Rachel began to question the wisdom of this arrangement, especially as Janie's actions became more suspicious and manipulative. The financial disputes escalated dramatically in 2018 when Rachel, recovering from neck surgery, found herself in a vulnerable position once again. Janie, who was helping care for Rachel post surgery, took advantage of this vulnerability. Rachel discovered that Janie had taken out additional financial measures without her consent, further tightening her grip over Rachel's finances. The disputes reached a boiling point when Janie filed for custody of Rachel's son, Ryder, citing Rachel's inability to care for him due to her health issues. This legal move was a shock to Rachel and signaled the complete breakdown of trust between the two. Rachel's attempts to regain control of her life and finances were met with fierce resistance from Janie. Friends and family reported that Rachel felt trapped and manipulated, unable to break free from Janie's control. These financial disputes were not just about money, they were about power and control, setting the stage for the darker events that were to come. As Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd's relationship deteriorated, a series of increasingly suspicious events unfolded, highlighting the escalating tension and danger in their home. These incidents, characterized by controlling behavior and manipulative tactics, painted a chilling picture of Janie's intentions. 2010 Health and Control. In 2010, Rachel herniated a disc in her back, rendering her unable to work. This injury marked the beginning of her increased dependency on Janie. Around the same time, Rachel discovered she was pregnant, which further intensified her reliance on Janie. Janie's behavior began to shift, becoming more controlling and possessive. She managed Rachel's finances and personal affairs, exploiting Rachel's vulnerable state to tighten her grip on her friend. 2015 Custody Battle. By 2015, Rachel's health issues worsened, leading to another herniated disc and the need for surgery. During this period, Janie took on a more significant role in caring for Rachel's son, Ryder. This care arrangement included enrolling herself and Ryder in a program that provided financial compensation, becoming a significant part of Rachel's income. Janie's increasing involvement in Ryder's life raised red flags, especially when she began letting people believe she was his parent. This behavior escalated to the point where Janie filed for custody of Ryder in 2018, claiming Rachel was unfit to care for him due to her health issues. This legal battle deeply strained their relationship and showcased Janie's manipulative tendencies. 2018 Health Scares and Legal Moves. In 2018, Rachel experienced several mysterious health issues. She underwent neck surgery and developed a suspicious MRSA infection on her wound, which required hospitalization. Later that year, Rachel had two episodes of dangerously low blood sugar levels, despite not being diabetic. These incidents were highly unusual and raised serious concerns. Rachel recalled a conversation with Janie, where Janie mentioned that the best way to kill someone and get away with it would be to inject them with insulin. This eerie comment, combined with Rachel's health scares, painted a sinister picture of Janie's intentions. 2019 Dark Web Dealings. In October 2019, Janie's behavior took an even darker turn when she attempted to purchase a lethal strain of bacteria, vancomycin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus VRSA, from the dark web. She posed as a biology teacher needing the bacteria for a school experiment. However, the seller was an undercover FBI agent, leading to Janie's arrest. The FBI discovered that Janie had been dosing Rachel with medications in overdose quantities, contributing to her deteriorating health. This revelation confirmed suspicions about Janie's involvement in Rachel's mysterious health issues and solidified the case against her. Key incidents and red flags. 2010, Rachel's back injury and pregnancy leading to increased dependency on Janie. 2015, Janie's involvement in Ryder's life leading to a custody battle. 2018, Rachel's health scares and suspicious MRSA infection. 2019, Janie's dark web dealings and overdose attempts on Rachel. Following Rachel's alarming health scares and the legal battles over custody and finances, the authorities began to scrutinize Janie Lynn Ridd's behavior more closely. The investigation was prompted by a series of disturbing events that raised red flags about Janie's intentions and actions. The first significant clue came from Rachel's suspicious health issues. Rachel had experienced severe and inexplicable health problems, including dangerously low blood sugar levels and recurring infections in her surgical wounds. These incidents were unusual, considering Rachel was not diabetic and had no history of such infections. The consistency and severity of these health issues led doctors to suspect foul play. Medical evidence. Medical professionals noted that Rachel's health problems could have been induced by external factors. For instance, her dangerously low blood sugar levels suggested she might have been injected with insulin, which is consistent with Janie's earlier conversations about how to commit an undetectable murder using insulin injections. Digital footprint. The FBI's involvement became crucial when they discovered that Janie had attempted to purchase vancomycin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus VRSA from the dark web. She had communicated with a vendor claiming to need the bacteria for a school experiment. Unbeknownst to her, the vendor was an undercover FBI agent. This interaction provided concrete evidence of Janie's intent to acquire a lethal substance, raising serious concerns about her intentions towards Rachel. Surveillance and interrogation. Surveillance footage and recorded communications further implicated Janie. Authorities observed her erratic behavior and controlling interactions with Rachel. During the investigation, the police also discovered that Janie had been dosing Rachel with various medications in quantities that could lead to severe health deterioration. This included the injection of bacteria into Rachel's surgical wounds, causing the suspicious infections. Search of the premises. A thorough search of their shared home revealed additional incriminating evidence. Investigators found medical supplies and substances that could be used to induce Rachel's health crises. This included syringes, medications, and instructions for handling dangerous bacteria. The combination of these items and Janie's dark web activities painted a clear picture of premeditated harm. Arrest. The accumulation of medical, digital, and physical evidence led to Janie Lynn Ridd's arrest. She was charged with multiple felonies, including aggravated intentional abuse of a disabled or elder adult and attempted possession of a weapon of mass destruction. The evidence gathered was compelling enough to secure her conviction. In August 2020, Janie pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to up to 15 years in prison. She was later released on parole in January 2022 after serving 25 months. The trial of Janie Lynn Ridd was a dramatic and emotionally charged affair. Held in August 2020, it attracted significant media attention due to the shocking nature of the allegations and the bizarre details of the case. The prosecution presented a compelling case supported by an extensive array of evidence that painted a clear picture of Janie's manipulative and harmful actions toward Rachel. One of the most critical moments in the trial was the presentation of the digital evidence. Prosecutors revealed how Janie had attempted to purchase lethal bacteria from the dark web, posing as a biology teacher needing VRSA for experiments. The undercover FBI operation, which resulted in Janie's arrest, was a pivotal piece of evidence that highlighted her malicious intent. The testimony from medical experts also played a crucial role. They detailed how Rachel's health issues, including the dangerous infections and unexplained low blood sugar episodes, were likely induced by external factors. This evidence was supported by the discovery of medical supplies and substances in Janie's possession, which could be used to harm Rachel. Rachel's own testimony was a poignant and gripping part of the trial. She recounted the years of manipulation and control, describing how Janie's behavior escalated over time, leading to life-threatening situations. Her account of the conversation where Janie mentioned insulin as a method for undetectable murder added a chilling dimension to the proceedings. After a thorough examination of the evidence and testimonies, the jury found Janie Lynn Ridd guilty of multiple felonies, including aggravated intentional abuse of a disabled or elder adult and attempted possession of a weapon of mass destruction. The verdict was a significant victory for the prosecution, validating the extensive investigation and the evidence presented. In November 2020, Janie was sentenced to up to 15 years in prison. The judge emphasized the calculated and premeditated nature of her actions, noting the severe breach of trust and the potential for lethal harm. The sentence was seen as a just response to the gravity of her crimes. The reactions in the courtroom were intense and emotional. Rachel and her family expressed relief and gratitude for the justice served. Friends and supporters who had followed the case closely felt vindicated by the verdict and sentencing. The prosecution team was commended for their diligent work in bringing Janie's actions to light and securing a conviction. The case had a profound impact on the local community, highlighting the dangers of unchecked control and manipulation in close relationships. Neighbors and friends were shocked by the revelations, as many had perceived Janie and Rachel's relationship as close and supportive. The case prompted discussions about the signs of manipulative behavior and the importance of vigilance in protecting vulnerable individuals. For those close to Rachel, the ordeal was harrowing. Rachel's family and friends had witnessed her decline in health and the increasing control Janie exerted over her. The trial and conviction brought a sense of closure and justice, but the emotional scars remained. The community rallied around Rachel, offering support and solidarity during her recovery. Reactions from friends and family were mixed with relief and lingering disbelief. Many struggled to reconcile the Janie they knew with the person capable of such harmful actions. Rachel's testimony and the evidence presented in court helped clarify the extent of Janie's manipulation and control, leading to a broader understanding of the risks involved in such relationships. Neighbors expressed their shock and sadness, reflecting on how the outward appearance of a supportive friendship had masked a deeply toxic and dangerous dynamic. The case served as a wake-up call, urging the community to be more observant and proactive in addressing signs of abuse and manipulation. The media coverage of the case was extensive, with local and national outlets reporting on the dramatic trial and its shocking details. Public opinion was overwhelmingly supportive of the verdict and sentencing, with many expressing outrage at Janie's actions and sympathy for Rachel's ordeal. The case sparked widespread discussions about the signs of abuse, the importance of supportive communities, and the need for legal protections for vulnerable individuals. In summary, the case of Rachel and Janie Lynn Ridd is a chilling reminder of how a seemingly supportive friendship can turn into a nightmare of manipulation and control. The trial and conviction of Janie brought justice for Rachel and highlighted the importance of vigilance in personal relationships. As we reflect on this case, it's crucial to recognize the signs of toxic and controlling behavior and take action to protect ourselves and our loved ones. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories and updates. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever experienced or witnessed a similar situation? How did you handle it? Stay safe and always be mindful of the people you trust.